Well, hello there, people with internet, and hello again, I am TheMBmulti, and welcome to my Let's Play Rome Update 3, and as you saw in the thing you just saw, this is a really big update of Rome. I thought, yeah, maybe I could do it different this time by Epic. It's only a bit unfortunate that the chunks were loading very slowly, but no, I think it has some kind of a nice effect, just slowly revealing all the everything actually. But yeah, a lot of things done, so I immediately get started, and I immediately going to set the time to sunrise, so I won't see the darkness very fast. Alright, this is the this is annoying because here is yes, finally. There's a I got armor stand mod and got another armor stand here, and that makes my computer lag a little bit on this side of the on this part. But I'll just go through this really quickly because there's not very much interesting in here. So here is the home of the Vestal Virgins. This was also as actually everywhere, as actually everything at the original stage it was. The home of the Vestal Virgins, and they were living next to here. This is the Temple of Vesta, not Vespa, but Vesta. Vesta, the goddess of not of fire, because Volcano is the Roman god of fire, but of the I should actually have googled it, which it actually is. But on not just fire like in like the city is on fire, but more like fire in the way of fire into next to a fireplace fire, if you know what I mean. That kind of fire. There's Vesta, the goddess of. And behind here is the Virgin Atrium with just some kind of a swimming pool, and here's some kind of a backyard. There are a lot of houses here, and why is there painting? Well, there are just houses over here, and wow, it's really lag. But whoa. Okay, here do we have the. I need to go through this very quickly. Here's the temple of Marcus Aurelius or something with Marcus and his wife Faustina. And I put all these skeleton heads in here because Marcus Aurelius, or whatever his name is, killed a very big Greek army, so that's why all the skull debris is over there. So this are the things in front of the forum. And here is the Triumphal Arch of August, as you saw in the previous Let's Play. Let's Play Minecraft Special Rome Update. I put signs everywhere, and here it is. Those are weird things. Those are just in some kind of error, I think, but they're just indicating where the armor stands are. Here, come on. It's so annoying. Yes, finally. So here are statues of August himself, the emperor. You can be normal as well. It's now the thing. Well, I can't see it anymore. But here's the Triumphal Arch of August. As you saw in the previous video. Here is the Temple of Castor and Pollux, as you saw in the signs as well. Oh, those guys are shadowed as well. There we go, and there we go. I actually should. Right, now temporarily I'm just going to get rid of all these statues. I'll obviously put them back, but I'm so annoyed by this lag, so. But Castor and Pollux, those are the Roman gods of horses and cavalrists. They were twins. That's also why there was the same. That's also why the statues were the same. I'll put those armor stands back. I'll just get rid of them temporarily for now. So I hope this lag will stop. I actually already know it will, but never mind. You can go, and then you can go as well. Ah yes, this is much better. Right. Temple of Castor and Pollux, the Roman gods of horses and cavalrists. And here do we still have the Temple of Julius Caesar. I fixed it because it looked really weird. There's also a statue here, but it's not lagging that much, so I'll just leave you here. Julius Caesar. Yeah, there we go. But it looked really weird in the first episode. I couldn't know what it was, but I eventually found out. It was that on the top of here, I got only one half slab over here. Oh, I need to put a torch down there. I see. Oh crap. Oh no, there. But this top bit, there's actually one because there's only one a central entrance in the middle, so I could get the armor stand thing right in the middle. But I made two of these, two next to each other, and because I don't know, I just was being weird. I think I just did this. I I went one block too far to the left, so that's what's wrong. That looks really weird, so I fixed that. Yeah. Here do we have the really weird. Well, it's not weird, but yeah. If you know everything about Romans as I do, then it's weird. This is the Basilica Julia. The Basilica Julia was built by Julius Caesar as a Roman courthouse. Here, oh shit, I thought because before I wanted to make the video, I was thinking that I need to research the word of a thing that is in the same thing as this, but I forgot it again. I keep forgetting little things, but it doesn't really matter, I think. But this was built by Julius Caesar. Well, not well, actually by slaves, but Julius Caesar paid the ground so this could be built. And this is the Roman courthouse, or court hall, as how you want to pronounce it. I'll just go inside it. It's actually really Greek inspired. That you can easily see that because there are just way too many columns everywhere. Because let me just demonstrate that. One of those, and then I need these. There we go. Look, let me just explain why this is kind of weird. There we go. This is how Greeks would normally make a roof or something. I'll just get some roof out. Then they'll just build a pillar. They first invented the pillar. Now, hey, we can build on another level now. But if you put one here and one there and you put one here, then this block will fall off. So what we're going to do is put another pillar underneath here. That's actually pretty smart. Oh crap. Oh, that's actually pretty smart, but it looks really it doesn't look that very interesting actually. But what the Romans invented after that, they thought, right, we can do this, but then obviously this thing in the middle will collapse, so we need to put another pillar there. But if we now do this, and you can't really see it that well because it's Minecraft, but they invented the way of arch building. There we go. So you just put stones in actually like this. You put them in some kind of a circle, and stones would press so hard on each other that they won't fall down. And that way you don't need that many pillars anymore. So that's just a little bit of a Roman history lesson. Also, you can see that this is built by Romans, because if it was built by Greeks, then this middle bit wouldn't be open. There would be pillars in the middle bit as well, because otherwise the roof would collapse. But the Romans built those arch things. I actually should build them in the roof so you can see it actually properly, but okay. It's already getting nighttime. But this is the Roman courthouse. Here would be a group of senators. And that's what the name I wanted to research again. A group of 105 senators would stand in an enormous circle over here, in this empty bit. And the criminal, oh actually it wasn't a criminal yet. The group of 105 senators needed to decide if he was a criminal or not. The one of those 105 guys was the guy who sued actually, and the criminal could if he wanted, if he had money, could hire another senator to defend himself because he obviously didn't know anything about politics. And no, they were discussing about it, and eventually they say, yes, you are guilty, or not, or no, you're not guilty. And yeah, that's what they did in the Basilica Julia over here. On the other side, we have the Basilica Aemilia, built by Marcus Aurelius. He was a consul. He wasn't the emperor yet. This is built in the time of the Republic. This was, yes, as you can see over here, you see those arch. Look, you can here see these arch building. And they made shops at the front. So and behind here, you can see these archway. I love the details of this. And you see that you here have another one. This is extra big, so 2 group of 105 senators, or even 3 if they wanted, could stay in here. Creepy sound. Could stay in here and discuss about the punishment of the criminal. This one was actually only built because the senators in the Basilica Julia were way too busy with all the by dealing all the criminals. So Marcus Aemilius built this one so that they had some more rest in the Basilica Julia actually. And these buildings on the top, I haven't showed them yet. There's nothing inside it actually, I need to finish that. But up here, well, yes, enormous empty. The same over there. In these buildings are all the laws in Rome are stored. So if the senators downstairs don't know something for very sure, they could easily just go up and get one of the laws to check if it's true or not. And just a fountain over here. Here's the raffia, you saw it in the previous update. And here do we have the Temple of Saturn, the Roman god of agriculture. Here he is, with his beard made of... I thought his beard was made of wheat as well. Well, it actually looked like that way. And you have lots of wheat over here and an altar if you want to sacrifice him. I mean, if you want to do something for him. Well, here do you have the temple of Vespasian and Titus. Vespasian was a Roman emperor. He ordered to build the Colosseum, actually, and Titus was his son. Or well, I'm not sure if he was his son, but he was the next emperor after Vespasian. And Titus conquered Jerusalem and finished the Colosseum, because Vespasian couldn't actually, because he died. So Vespasian ordered to build the Colosseum, and he made a new financial system or something, I thought. And Titus conquered Jerusalem and finished the Colosseum for Vespasian. Well, that's the temple of them. Here do you have the temple of the beautiful goddess of Concordia, and not that's actually the same as the name of the sunk Italian ship, the Costa Concordia. It was a Roman goddess. I'm not very sure why all these people are here and what kind of goddess she was, but yeah, you can just search it on Wikipedia or something. Here do you have the water receiving thing. And over here you have the Curia Julia, also because Julia, built by Julius Caesar, because the other Curia was a little bit further over there, but it was burned down. Or yeah, it was burned down. But here is the senators. Here are normal senators discussing about new laws. So he would be a consul. You have two sides, this one and that one. I'm not sure how many people were in the Senate, but I thought 50 actually, but I'm not sure. And from those 50, I'll stick with 50 actually. From those 50 senators, there was only one senator who was chosen as a consul to represent this group of senators, and he could just stand here and speak to the crowd. Here was some kind of a listen area. Young boys, sons of the senators, would sit here and listen to the consuls and senators discussing, so they knew how to do politic things when they were they were old enough to be in the senate actually. And you have two sides. I don't know the names actually. But the right side was actually mostly for war and soldiers. They were just saying things like, we need to conquer Londinium, we need to increase the city garrison, we need to strengthen the city walls. They'll just say that sort of things. And then over here you've got the senators who say things like these are for the economy and fun. They'll just say like we need to open a trade route with the China. They did actually. The Romans cheated. The Romans trade with the Chinese Empire. We need to well, these senators will say things like we need to trade with open a trade route with the Chinese Empire. We need to hold games in the Colosseum or and things like that. Or we need to increase the insurance. Romans were the first people who had insurance. Mostly for the women of soldiers. They had some kind of assurance that if the man died, that the woman would get some kind of money, so she could look for another man, and she wouldn't lose her house immediately. Which is actually sounds really stupid, actually. And in here you have, in here you have the punished criminals. They were punished. Well, they were said punished in the Curia Judia or the Basilica Judia or the Basilica Armedia. They were just said you are guilty. Then they would wait in this like cell block thing, and the Senate discussed about the punishment. There were also standard punishments for certain things. For instance, arsonists. You know, people who set the entire city on fire. The standard punishment for arsonists is tied up to a cross. Not complete. Not crucifying, but just tied up on that. Not fully made with the. You know what I mean? They were just tied up on those crosses, filled with pack, and then light on fire, which is really typical actually for an arsonist. But yeah, that's one example of a standard punishment for a criminal. But yeah, all these buildings together, if I can fly up again, this is the Forum Romanum, the Forum Romanum, the first forum built. And this is where the magic happens actually. This is where the power was when Rome was still Republic. But times have changed, Rome rules the world now, and one man must conquer Rome. Those were actually the words of Julius Caesar. They were just saying, what did he said actually? Yes, he said, the Republic is a very good system for Rome when it was just a city-state, but now times have changed, Rome rules the world, and one man needs to conquer Rome. And he actually wanted it to be himself, but Julius Caesar was murdered by senators because the senators were afraid that the Republic would die, actually. And yeah, because they killed Julius Caesar, the Republic died actually. Because after that there began civil wars against the senators, people who were actually wanted Julius Caesar to be the emperor, and people who just wanted. Oh, what am I doing? And people just wanted a republic, still wanted a republic. And eventually that war was ended by the son, not the full son, but the adopted son of Julius Caesar called August. Or actually its true name was Octavius. But August, and he ended the civil wars, and he became he he was the first Roman emperor. And he did it with a compromise or something. He said I will be the emperor, but the Senate still exists and has at least something to say. That's true, because I need to build the imperial palace. And here's the Senate. They'll just discuss laws, and the emperor says yes, it's a good law, I'll do it, or no, it's an awful law, I don't want it anymore. And here, but the Forum Romanum was actually not that very well. It was really busy. So to actually cover the things, to actually unleash the Forum Romanum of all its duties, actually, several emperors built extra forums for that, including here the Forum of Julius Caesar. He's not an emperor, but he built a forum. There were very many markets around here. He placed a statue of himself. He actually need to sit on a horse, but you can't do that with single plate with armor stand mod. And here is the Temple of Venus, the goddess of love. And it was actually too small to build a head of her, so I just built this hard thing for the. It's empty, but I need to decorate it a little bit more. And over here you have the enormous Forum of August, with the huge Temple of Mars, the Roman god of war. And there's actually a story behind this, because August, or Octavius, if you want to call him with his real name, he had an army, but he wanted to take revenge on the death of his father, Julius Caesar. So he asked Mars, the Roman god of war, if he could win the battle against the senators, the angry senators, because he actually liked the Senate very much, but not the senators who killed Julius Caesar. And he asked to Mars if Mars would let him win the battle. And if Mars would help him win the battle, then he would build a temple for him. And, well, as you obviously can guess, he won the battle, so he built a temple of Mars. Well, actually, he wanted to build it on the Forum Romanum, but the Forum Romanum was already full, so he started to build his own forum, actually. And there are a lot of shops around here. Here is a blacksmith. And here is a costume shop with hats which you can buy. Here's a bank. Here is a transportation shop. I actually put the iron item frames behind there, but I don't know where they went. These are the music shop. These are actually music discs, but in Runecraft Texture Pack they look like music instruments. And in here you have the enormous temple of Mars. And here you have a statue of Mars, the god of war. And there you also have all this weapon gear and things. Nice Roman helmet. But yeah, the Forum of August, the second expansion of the Forum Romanum. This is the first expansion, the Forum of Caesar, the Forum of August after that. And after that, I'm just bypassing this actually. The Forum, the Forum of Vespasian. I haven't finished it yet. He needs to be a very big fountain. But here is the Temple of Peace, not for a god, but the Temple of Peace. It's empty. I need to build something in here. Here's the fire, the freedom fire. Oh yes, about fire. The Temple of Vesta you saw at the beginning of the video. The fire in the Temple of Vesta was the first fire in Rome. It was made by Jupiter from his lightning, or actually it was just a lightning striking into a tree, and then there was fire. but that was Jupiter. Jupiter throwed that lightning thing down. And that was the first fire of Rome, and the Vestal Virgins keep it igniting since then. It actually never went out. Well, obviously it went out at the end when the Roman Empire was gone. But no, I think you know. I think you get it. But there's the Temple of Peace. Vespasian has Vespasian ended also as some kind of a bloody war, because an emperor, I don't know his name, was murdered by another one who wanted to be emperor. He was murdered by an assassin hired in by another one who wanted to be emperor, and he lost a battle against someone else, and he committed suicide. And Vespasian was really angry about all that things, because he just wanted Rome to be the greatest empire on earth. And eventually he killed the last emperor. Actually, not it was the real emperor, but okay. And he became emperor eventually, and built the Temple of Peace after this. So to remind everybody from those bloody days, actually. So yeah, that's the story behind the Temple of Peace. And finally, that's the third expansion. Here do you have the fourth expansion, the temple, the Forum of Nerva, which was just a normal emperor. He just did his thing, actually, nothing very special. And these two forums were built, and that one, and this thing between here was actually empty, so he built his forum in here. It actually wasn't even built by Nerva. It was built by someone else, but Nerva completed it, and they eventually got his name. And the reason why this is here is because at the Forum of Nerva was also the biggest slave market in Rome. Here you have a cage. I need to make more of these with a lot of slaves in here. And here is the podium thing. The slave would be tied up on this pole over here, like so. And everybody could see him from here. The important people could stand up here and just look, and yeah, I'll buy that one for 2,000 denarii or something. And behind there is the Temple of Minerva, which is the goddess of education. So yeah, this is the really big Rome update. That's also why it's been a very long while since I ever made a new Let's Play Minecraft special. Because I did need to build all this. I need to build one forum, which is the Forum of it needs to go over there. It's the Forum of Trajanus, of Trajan, or I don't know how you pronounce it in English, obviously. This is going to be a very difficult forum, because it has another one of those basilicas for the 105 senators. It has a temple, and it has the market of Trajanus with 350 shops and 3 floors. And when that's built, I can finally continue on the rest of the buildings. Then all the fora are done. So yeah, this is a really big map, really big update, and also a really big, yeah, it's just a really big update. Yeah, I just like how it's developing now. It's finally it's now actually becoming Rome. If you will look in the description, you can find a list of all the buildings I need to make. And obviously houses. The houses, I don't say houses in there because I need to make a lot of houses, actually. Because Rome was the biggest city in the world until 1895 or something in the 80s. Then London reached similar size, and in the time of the Roman Empire, there lived 1.7 million people in Rome, which was mental, which was absolutely mental for a city in that time, because all the other cities who were relatively big had only 50,000 or 10,000 people in here, but Rome with 1.7 million people, that's just mental. That's just mental. But yeah, I need to go make a village over there. And if you're wondering actually why this wall behind here is so big, it's also because of August. Because behind there is going to be the suburba, and as you may think, then suburba. The word suburb is in the name, So that would be a very luxury room, luxury thing. Because now that's what a suburb means, is a nice, open for the rich people. But in the Roman Empire, that wasn't. The suburba was actually the poorest and poorest neighborhood in Rome. This was all apartments, which you definitely didn't have enough money if you lived in an apartment. Then I need to make that was there, and August built this very big wall so that I because it's the suburba, very poor people, they might go to the tavern and drink and become drunk and all that things, and they built that wall so the negotiations on the forum wouldn't be disturbed by things on the forum. They even could be a fire over there, and they still don't notice it in the forum. So that's actually pretty funny if you think about it. But the suburba is going to be behind there, a lot of apartments and very tight streets. But they were clean. Romans invented a sewer system. So they wouldn't, just like the Greeks, throw everything out of their window right on the street. Then there would be I need to search the names actually. Then would be the some kind of a better neighborhood with all these houses. If I just go back, those were the houses were a bit the luxury houses with two floors or one or two floors. These houses, all these houses next to each other. This in a row. I don't know how you call it. I do know it in Dutch, obviously, but you don't have anything about that if you're English. Those are the some kind of a richer people. Then you have the rich neighborhood with a lot of villas tied to each other, and then you have the immensely rich neighborhood with how do you call it again? With free villas with a lot of ground around it. Those villas will be at the edge of the city, so it would take a very long time until I make those villas with a lot of ground around it, with their own wall. That's where the immensely big rich people live. So yeah, this is the Rome update. Look in the description box for more information for the list of buildings I need to build until without the houses. Yeah, so yeah, look in the description, a lot of information there, something about those list, that list I mean, that list with all the buildings I need to finish. Also a download link to the map if you want it. You can put it in your server if you want. You could do everything with it actually. You could just blow everything up if you want. I know people who would do that immediately. Just just really stupid. I think it's stupid anyway. I'm just building an immensely long building on here, all these little details, and then some guys will just download the map, place it full with TNT and one redstone torch, and everything is gone. But yeah, if you like it, then you can download the map for that. So yeah, that's going to be it for this really big Let's Play Minecraft special Rome Update 3. Yeah, so that's about it. So click the like button underneath if you liked the video. Subscribe to be part of the Roman army, so you will never miss any of my videos. You can do that by clicking the button underneath. You will appear underneath here. See you later, Romans. Goodbye.